All right, here we are on the floor for the trade show for the 2013 International Bowl Expo. And we have with us, I don't know, the owner, president, the president, head chef and bottle washer for BBBI, but probably their major media information would be Kids Bowl Free. Is Bruce Davis.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, when you have a program like that, still working in a pro shop, it's amazing when you see a center filled with kids during the summertime.
Yeah, I just had an operator from Indiana come up to our booth a few minutes ago. He said, you know, for 5 years I looked at this Kids Bowl Free and I didn't know if I should get in. He said, I got in this year. My 40-lane center right now at this moment is wall to wall. It's been that way. I'm not going to have to borrow any money this summer. This is terrific. So we keep getting those comments. This is our 6th year, believe it or not.
6th year already.
Last year we registered over 2 million kids. We're going to exceed that this year. We're running about 90,000 kids ahead of last year, the last I looked. We have more centers in this year than we did last year, even at the end of Bowl Expo. We had more going into Bowl Expo than we had coming out of Bowl Expo last year. So there's plenty of excitement on our part, and we're now providing tools for the bowling centers to automate their marketing. That's my new logo here in the chest.
BAMS.
That's bowling's automated marketing system, and that's a service that we provide and then automatically market these kids and their parents back into the bowling center year-round, and the bowling operator didn't have to worry about
keeping track and following up, all that work to make money. No, who wants to do that?
He or she, well, you know, these are low use frequency customers.
I never remember how many
bowling center operator needs to take a lot of time to turn low frequency customers into high frequency customers, and we just have to keep the low frequency customers coming into the center and let that bowling operator and his team present offers and opportunities for people to join leagues, take lessons, have a fundraiser, have a birthday party, come into Glow Bowling or whatever, become a more frequent customer. And so that's what this program is about. We're on Fox and Friends again this year, 2 weeks ago in New York. We built 2 lanes with the help of Al Blau and his crew. We built 2 lanes in downtown Manhattan. And the stars of the show all came out 2 different times during their 3-hour show and bowled with us and gave exposure to bowling and our program to over 3 million people in a crack. So pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, because I know my wife has asked before, and I've mentioned it, is, well, why do they want to give it away free? Well, it is free, but it's like getting that first potato chip. Like, you can't eat just one. You can't just go bowling one game.
Well, there's a lot to free that is good marketing. For marketing people, you know, we've dealt with free for years and years and years, one form or another. There's a great book out that's about 3 inches thick, and the title is Free. It's a marketing book for marketing-oriented people. But in essence, you know, there's different ways to do this. You can spend a lot of money running ads in the newspaper and television and radio or whatever. You might spend your money on people who are too rich or too poor, too young or too old. They're not interested. And
it's a shotgun approach to it.
Yeah, and the shotgun approach is very, very expensive. So giving someone a free trial sets you into 2 categories. Number 1, you get them. And number 2, they've shown interest in your product. But they do pay you.
Oh, yes.
Because they pay you with data. They give you their name, address, telephone number, date of birth of the children, and email address. Opt in with permission for you to market back to them. So for any business to have someone give them that kind of lead material, you would pay for it.
Yes.
So the families are paying in a way by giving you the opportunity to market back to them. And of course, great game. I mean, some people just get hooked just because they had the experience to give it a try. Other people need to be marketed into a category that interests them, be it a league or be it some other way to use bowling to raise funds or to company outing. So we need that initial exposure, and then we need the bowling centers to concentrate on letting people know.
Yep.
There are lots of other ways to use bowling other than just in an open bowling, once in a while. So it's interesting though. 10 to 12 years ago, bowling had roughly the same amount of participants as it has now, around 67 million a year. Today we have less centers.
Yep.
Just the attrition of the centers that haven't kept up with what they should to stay in business. 32% less centers. 16% less lane beds, so a lot of the centers that fell out were smaller centers. But we have less buildings, we have the same amount of players, so business shouldn't be difficult, but for many people in many marketplaces it is. And that's because the frequency of participation is low. And so the bowling operator needs to have people constantly coming in so that he and his team can get them to a higher level of participation. And once they do, they become happy. Happy to give you their time and money. They become part of your family, and most bowling centers, the customers are like family. Those initial customers are necessary, so free in a time summer when most people have inventory to give away is probably the smartest marketing move you could make and the least expensive of any other alternatives.
Yeah, because again, people don't like to go bowling by themselves, so there'll be other kids that'll be bowling free, and they're going to be there a longer period of time. They got to hit the snack bar, they got to hit the vending machines, they got to hit the game room. And the parents come in, and if there's a charge for the shoes, like $1 or $2, it's not rocket science to figure, well, if they come 3 or 4 times a week for 12 weeks, I can buy them a pair of shoes. So they go in the pro shop, and they think, gee, they can get a ball, a bag, and shoes for like $99? What sport can you do that in for so low a price?
Well, and as you know, as people climb up the frequency ladder in any activity, they purchase skis if it's skiing, they purchase bowling, they purchase golf if it's golf. But we have a better door for the general public than those other recreational activities. We have a much broader appeal, and we have more people that have been exposed at one time or another. We just need to get them a little more active and make the purchase decisions. They fall into their slots. They become interested in more levels of the game than just an occasional once or twice a year with their friends. So this is a proper marketing move. And people will look at it. Some people, when I was on Fox and Friends, the guy says, free. 1,000 bowling centers, every state in the, what's in it for you guys? Of course, he doesn't tell you the questions he's going to ask. I'm standing there in the street in Manhattan at 8 in the morning. What's in it for you? And I said, well, bowling is America's #1 recreational activity. It's #1 with kids, and we want to keep it that way. And so we have some inventory in many centers in the summer, and we use it to keep people exposed. People are born every day, they grow up every day, they come towards us. Do they get exposed? Or do they not? So this is a way to do it.
Yeah, and then as the parents see that the kids actually are enjoying themselves, now we have the adult youth leagues filling up over the weekends, and the junior programs, and if nothing else, birthday bowling parties, items like that, where, hey, I know I'm the best bowler in my group, I'm going to invite all my friends and beat them. So there's all those items out there.
You bring up a good point, because a very low visibility product is adult youth leagues. Most people that are exposed to our program through our surveys had no idea that something existed called an adult youth league. A game you can play with your child. Nobody rides the bench. Everybody participates. You're doing it with other families who have a lot in common with. Age categories are usually roughly about the same. Parents can communicate with other parents. And it's fun. It's big fun. Most of the people come into Kids Bowl Free. When we survey the adults, they've never heard of an adult child. Great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, how can adults and kids compete at the same time? Well, we'll show you how.
Yeah. So it works from a lot of fronts. It's still work to expose people to these things and make sure they understand and they see the messages. But we have, at this show, Mexico, Holland, Norway, and Sweden have all come to me to see if we can operate in their country. We're currently in Canada. We're in every province in Canada with the exception of Quebec because of the language barrier. The good operators from other countries go out of the way to come to a show like World Expo get it right away. They want somebody to set the system up, so oh darn, I guess I'm going to have to go to Europe and help them set up a system over there.
Yeah, maybe in America we're more used to what can I get free, where maybe the European countries, they don't grasp that concept. So, but once they do, it's, oh, how come no one told me about that before?
Well, I think it'll work there approximately the same way it works here. There's a few challenges because of language barriers in some of the countries, but it's all right. Holland and Sweden and Norway, and most of them speak English.
Now, are those bowling programs in Europe different than American, where if it's seasonal here, like September through May?
It's pretty much runs the same course. There's a little different variety in Norway, for example, and Holland, where some of the centers are not really centers that you think of as a certified center. They're kind of
club,
drink and bowl center.
Yeah, bowling being the third item on
But
the
they have
list.
enough. I mean, take Holland, for example. It's about the size of Florida. They have 167 what we would call regulations and certifiable type of centers, and they have another couple hundred of the other.
So there's an untapped market right there.
But you know, I mean, our concern is the United States. We're in every single state, and Canada, of course, and we're in every province in Canada, and it's pretty remarkable. You know, I've been doing bowling marketing a long time. There are very few programs that people are all out and really executing in, where you have 1,000 centers. I don't know if there were any. I mean, some of the coupon redemption programs or whatever show people signed up. But some of the old leading edge programs had bigger numbers, but many of those programs were singular programs. This is a whole strategy.
Yeah,
It goes all year long.
It's working. So, any other programs that you're working on right now, or Seniors Bowl Free?
Yeah, well, you know, we talk about a lot, but we have our eye on the ball here. We want to keep enough children exposed that a certain percentage that get the fever and really get involved, and a certain percentage that become moderately good customers and keep coming through the pipeline to us and bring their kids in as they grow older. Sure, we'd like to see seniors develop, we'd like to see 40-year-olds develop, etc. But our strategy is primarily for families. We do have now a program where we will do the communications for the centers year-round, and we will attract through that program some people outside of the family that, with the young kids, and we'll keep those in a separate database for the centers and help market those people in too. But our main goal is Kids Bowl Free.
Okay, and for proprietors that haven't heard of the program yet, or maybe parents that want to get a proprietor involved, what do they have to do?
Well, they can do it in a couple of fashions. They can go to Kids Bowl Free online. There's an area that says I'm interested in information or get my center involved. Or they can call our office 1-800-720-0410. But the easiest thing is go online to kidsbowlfree.com. There's a spot there.
Click on it and you're ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
All right. Again,
Literally ready to roll.
I know. So again, Bruce, it was great having you on, and we look for bigger and better things next year.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. All right, thanks.